अमृत है तेरे बोल तो पैगाम जिंदगी, अमृत है तेरे बोल तो पैगाम जिंदगी, तेरे सिवा नहीं कोई आवाज वक्त की, तेरे सिवा नहीं कोई आवाज वक्त की।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu-alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are presenting this program from the platform of Al-Hisaar. This program we are presenting in relation to Mr. Adnan Rashid's programs, which he recorded during his discussions with Ibrahim Noonan Sahib at Hyde Park in London in the last week, and some programs he also joined online. So this program is regarding those programs, our analysis and our comment. First of all, I would like to tell you who is this guy Adnan Rashid. Adnan Rashid, as per his own claim, he says he is a historian, he is a theologian, he is a debater, and he is a researcher, and he is an imam. As per my understanding, he is only an imam, nothing else. And the kind of imam he is, when I think of that, I just pity the followers who attend those mosques where he is serving as an imam and he delivers his sermons and speeches. Let's begin with his being a historian, and the claim that he is a historian, he is a theologian, he is a debater, he is a researcher. Why I am rejecting, I will tell you bit by bit. So starting with his being a historian, he should know, and everybody should know, that history records facts of the events, but not only facts, the context as well. If you see facts without having the context of those facts, you can draw very wrong conclusions from those very facts of the history, very wrong lessons. Therefore, the facts and the context both are very important. So the videos which he has uploaded, containing those two videos containing the discussion with Imam Ibrahim Noonan, and then afterwards his online programs and some other videos afterwards at Hyde Park, they have a context. They are not out of context, and the context is Jalsa Salana UK, and there is a very strong proof of that. And I would present evidence from his own videos that Jalsa Salana UK, the successful Jalsa Salana UK, is the context. As you all know, that before Jalsa Salana we recorded and uploaded some videos regarding Jalsa Salana. And those who have watched those videos, they know that we categorically highlighted the fact that Jalsa Salana is a very powerful proof of the truthfulness of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian and Al-Islam, and we also highlighted the fact that Jalsa Salana is a sign, a heavenly sign from God the Almighty, that Ahmadiyat has entered into a greater phase of its victory. This we highlighted in those videos. Those who have watched it, they know it. Those who have not watched it, if they go and at Al-Hisaar platform and they just read the titles without watching even videos, they would know that this is what we were saying in those videos. Then we come to the phase of Jalsa, the successful Jalsa Salana. We have been part of that Jalsa Salana, and the arrangements there, the superb arrangements, the kind and status of guests who attended, the number of guests, the number of attendees, and other arrangements, all were like a miracle. It was a miracle of volunteerism. And on top of that, this Jalsa has not ended in its entirety, because the Jalsa guests are still roaming in the streets of London and everywhere in the UK, and especially in London. And the Jalsa Germany is approaching, and they know that Jalsa, the Jalsa Germany, is also a mega event in Europe, in whole of Europe. No other community, Muslim or non-Muslim, holds such a mega event, and none can hold it. This is what I can tell you. This bitter pill, they are not able to swallow, they are not digesting it. This successful Jalsa has caused them a panic, has threatened them. A jealousy has been created in their hearts, a burning has been created in their hearts, and they are in a very difficult position. These Imams, especially in London, they are in a very, very difficult position, because everywhere they see Ahmadis are moving in the London streets, and the Jalsa news is everywhere, and their followers, they are asking them questions, that how come the Ahmadis are holding such a big event, such a successful Jalsa, and they are gathering their dignitaries from around the globe, and all those dignitaries are supporting the Ahmadiyya message openly. Every one of them points to the banner, love for all, hatred for none, and then they say that there is no other solution for the problems of this age but this slogan, if practiced. And they then witness it, and they testify that Ahmadis do practice it. So this is all the context of this, and this burning in their hearts and the jealousy which the success of the Jalsa has caused. And this Adnan Rashid and others also are now screaming and crying everywhere here. We can hear their screams. But going back, I would tell you that this attitude about the divinely established communities, when God sows the seeds in a very, very humble way, the seed is a very humble seed, very, very humbly sown, and then it becomes a tree, then it becomes a very strong tree standing on its trunk. No persecution can bow it, no atrocities can harm it. It is that thing which is causing this all problem, and the Holy Quran endorses what I'm saying. The Holy Quran, in relation to Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion, gives a description that what kind of community, a community of humble people, those who could not survive even Makkah in their own hometown, the leader of that community had to leave the Makkah at night time. This was the type of persecution, and this was the type of weakness that Muslims could not stay there in their own homes. But with the passage of time, with the help of God Almighty, with His support, because it was God Almighty Himself who had planted that tree as well. So the Holy Quran describes that with reference to Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and says that Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions are very merciful between each other. They are very soft towards each other, and they have a very strong ties with each other, and towards God they are always ruk'an wa sujadan. They are prostrating and they are bowing before God, and only a person bows before God and prostrates when his heart is filled with the gratitude, the thankfulness because of God's utmost bounties, God's utmost favors upon him. And this was the situation of this community. And then the Holy Quran says that they were like the example assembly given in the Gospels and in the Torah, that they were planted and the plant then grew and then became a strong tree. And it says yojabu zura wale yagiza bihum al-kuffar. This delights, creates happiness in the heart of the sower who has sowed this seed, and wale yagiza bihum al-kuffar, and resultantly the deniers, the non-believers, they become jealous of it, they become angry, they burn in their hearts. So this is the whole scenario, the context which has caused this debate to start, and these videos and this all screaming and all crying. Where is the evidence, what I'm saying, that this is the context? Now, this is an interesting question. The evidence lies in those videos which Adnan Rashid himself has uploaded. We go to his one of the videos in these days, in the last week, which he uploaded and recorded and uploaded. He, in one of the videos, he says, and I quote, I'm reading his words, I'm not reading my words. He says, I did not want this to happen. Means that this discussion and these videos and all this, the Ahmadis caused it to happen. I have never debated Qadianis like this. They brought this upon themselves. This is an absolute lie. Straight away he is lying, and he is saying that actually he did not want to enter into discussions with Ahmadis. It was Ahmadis who brought this all upon themselves, and they started it, whereas it was not the case. If you go to the very first video where he had his first interaction with Imam Ibrahim Noonan Sahib, and you just view the first few seconds, first few minutes, where you would find in that first video that Ibrahim Noonan Sahib is standing there, a gentleman in his blue shirt is standing with Ibrahim Sahib, and they are discussing something, and the topic they are discussing is between both of them, and it has some reference to previous discussions which were taking place in Hyde Park with Ibrahim Noonan Sahib. At that time, Adnan Rashid approaches Noonan Sahib. He wanted that I have to enter into debate with Noonan Sahib because he is attention seeker. He is a show boy. Ibrahim Noonan Sahib and that gentleman, whatever they were discussing, when he first approached Ibrahim Noonan Sahib, at that time he had no idea what topic was being discussed. And when he interferes and seeks attention from Noonan Sahib, at that time both the gentlemen, they say to him that this is not the topic, this is not we are discussing, give your view on the topic which we are discussing. And he says, no, regarding Ahmadi friends, I want to, whenever I'm with Ahmadi friends, I discuss the Khatm Nubuwwat, the prophethood. Whereas he himself says that he was never before that, he says, I have never debated Qadianis like this. They brought this upon themselves. So he is denying that he has, and I have not found his any videos having any debate with Ahmadis before this. And this is the only occasion where I find that he is having this discussion with some Ahmadi. Now, going to his second video with Ibrahim Noonan Sahib, when he is sitting there in the Hyde Park with Noonan Sahib, he is such a liar that I just wonder that, having no shame and having no hesitation in lying in that way, that the person about whom you are lying is sitting in front of you, and you know that the conversation is being recorded in the video. He says, and I quote again, he says, I want, mentioning Ahmadis, he says, I want to ask you a question when you come to us trying to convince us. And spontaneous response from Noonan Sahib is that I did not come to you, you came to me. At that, he was not expecting that Noonan Sahib, out of his haya and courtesy, he would be rebutting me like this. He was not expecting that, and he thought that he would be making a claim, and he was actually, the background was that he knew that he is seeking attention, and he is preempting his own followers, his own muqtadis there in the mosque, so that he is not preempting us, he is preempting them, just to show that they should not be asking him questions. They should be fixed in another debate. So Noonan Sahib immediately, spontaneously rebutted him and said, I did not come to you, you came to me. And then he said, Adnan Rashid said, don't take it literally. And here he is taking literally that Ahmadis, they have started it, they have caused it. Now we move forward. Who started this debate actually is not a decisive point in that way, that what is truth. But I just wanted to show that he is lying when he is saying this, that it was Ahmadis who started it. Moving forward towards his another video, where he is sitting with three guys, I believe, in that video, three other guys in that video. One is so-called ex-Ahmadi, Joker. And this man, whatever he is saying, I'm just quoting from that. He says that discussing Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian ﷺ, discussing him, he says that he was a madman. He was mad. He says the guy was not right in the head. He was mentally unstable. I'm reading his words. And I'm looking at the time also, because the video is taking too long. I stop here and I would give my analysis of this his statement in my next video, that and will prove who is mad and who is not mad, inshallah. Jazakumullah ta'ala ahsan al jaza. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.